Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm James Wesley, and this is my husband,
Seth Rudetsky. I'm trying to fix the light. I feel like I'm in. Remember in Mame, Lucille Ball had that gauze where it made her look like, younger. I guess
on our end, it looks like there's just gauze. It's not intentional, we promise.
But is it making me look younger, or I don't know?
Why are you asking people when they can actually email an answer?
Oh, actually, I'll look at the comments.
Get that.
How's the light?
So
listen, this is Stars in the House.
Yes.
We're going to tell you what it is. Stars in the House is a twice daily fundraiser. Oh, I love the little JS in back of us. That's so cute.
Did Julie do that?
Yeah, Julie must have done that.
Oh,
JS,
sweet.
James said. It's a daily fundraiser twice a day for the Actors Fund. What is the Actors Fund? It ain't just for actors. It's for anybody in the business, ballet dancers, symphony people, everybody backstage, box office people, ushers, everyone that works in television, not just the stars, script supervisors, makeup people, wigs, movies, regional theaters in the Midwest, anybody that makes money from being in quote unquote show business, no matter what aspect of it, can get help from the Actors Fund. Why is the money so important now, James?
Well, the money's so important because people all across the country in the arts and basically every industry are in desperate need. I mean, basically, you can't be in an audience right now, which means all of those people are out of work, not just the people who put on the ballets and the symphonies and the theaters around the country, but people who work behind the scenes. And a lot of them need help.
And the regular
rent and all that.
And the regular ways Actors Fund makes money is not happening. Their big gala was canceled with Sarah Jessica Parker, Matthew Broderick. They had to cancel that. The Red Bucket Brigade, Broadway Cares collects money in the Red Buckets. They give us the Actors Fund. That's one of the people that they help. One of the organizations they help. That's totally over. Basically, all the ways they make money, they're not making, and they have an even greater need for money than ever. So that's why we're doing this twice a day. Are we going to be some fun donations?
Yeah, we have some donations that are carryovers from earlier. Now, those of you who weren't with us earlier, the total so far as of yesterday that we've raised for the Actors Fund, with everyone contributing from $5 up to, $500 to $1,000, is $104,322.
We just began last week. And that's all from, the 1,000, that's extremely rare. Most of the donations are like
$25, $50.
Yeah, and all those 25s and 50s added up to $100,000. So it's really amazing. And
Absolutely.
one of the things we want to start doing is featuring, I keep getting emails from families that watch together. So at one point I want to start having some of the families here that watch it all together, because it's so nice. Okay.
Well, hold on. I want to read some of these, Seth, while you're doing that. You do your thing. There you go. So these are from the show earlier, which, by the way, we have to, before I read these, we have to talk about the show because it is just us and our friend David Katz, doing the tech work, right? We don't have a control booth.
The tech work.
Right, the tech work. We don't even know what we're doing half the time. But it was kind of amazing what happened with Mandy Gonzalez and Chris Jackson. I think that's the first time that we've had a real duet. Like, you worked it out.
We had an In the Heights duet.
It's crazy.
They sang When You're Home, Chris Jackson, Mandy Gonzalez, Lin-Manuel Miranda was watching, Andréa Burns, and Mandy was fully frozen because of the technology, but her voice was amazing. So you heard an amazing voice, but the whole time you just saw this. But she sounded incredible.
It worked.
It was so good.
Now, she's going to come back, though, because she was going to sing another song from In the Heights.
Yeah. Anyway, so she's going to come back. Also, people are going to bring their donation items. Andréa Burns says something. So
that's right.
Talk about the auction.
Should talk about the auction. Oh, let me read these. And then we'll get going here. So Peter from New York, $100. Craig from Washington, D.C., thank you for giving $50. Alice from Massachusetts, $50. Mary from Pennsylvania, $25. Daisy from New York, $50. Rick from California, $15. Alexis from Puerto Rico, $25.
That was supposed to be the big one at the end. It's so exciting. We've never had a Puerto Rico donation.
Oh, well, we don't talk about these things.
By the way, I reminded him yesterday, make sure you do Thailand last. It's like, Seth, I know how to have the big finish, but that's the big finish. Puerto Rico, come on. Anybody?
Okay. Anyone watching this, can you imagine if this is what we're doing in front of everyone, what we do when the camera's
There's
off?
actual real fighting as soon as the camera's off. This is joke fighting as soon as we're off screen.
Jennifer from California, $10. Deanna from Delaware, $25. And Stephen from Pennsylvania, $100.
I just want to ask one thing. I would love to make a challenge to the middle states. I keep noticing that all the donations keep coming from the coast. I know that people watching the middle donate whatever you want, but I would love to be able to read like Kansas, Missouri. Like he hasn't read any of those states.
That is kind of true.
And the minimum donation is $5. So you have tons of theaters there that could look to the Actors Fund for help. And also, there's TV filmed all over the country. So I would love to read some more donations from different states.
And I'll make sure the Actors Fund is watching, and they send me these donations. So they'll be looking, now that Seth has said that, we'll be looking for those donations from those states.
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll just go real fast and just say you can go to starsinthehouse.com for auction items. They're not all up, but I know that Laura Benanti shoes from The Sound of Music they're up. Definitely the staff is like over from.
Hold on, I think I know what the staff means.
Well,
Joanna Gleason was on the show.
Right.
She offered the staff that Bernadette Peters. I don't know why Joanna Gleason has Bernadette Peters staff.
We'll have to have her back on.
I think it was a bitch fight, and she stole it. Anyway, here it is. Wait, I have the actual staff right there. Joanna Gleason holding the staff. She offered that, and then Audra. She buried that baby in ragtime, but she still has it.
And I think the bid for Audra's baby is at about 500 and growing for that one. Anyway.
So go to starsinthehouse.com.
That's right. Oh, okay. No, we got this in the mail.
Oh, this is so great.
And then we got a couple other letters, but we want to get on with the show here. So go ahead, Seth, and say our friends.
Our friend Justin Squiggs Robertson that does the Lights at Broadway cards. Like this, he made this amazing one for the Actors Fund. If you buy that card, the money goes to the Actors Fund. It's a specially made card just for this situation. And I'm going to put up where you actually go to get that. And I want you to show the amazing things that we got. It is this. This is the website. And should I first show what he made for us? Or are you going to show the ones we got in the mail?
We can do this.
Here.
So we got them in the mail today. Here we go.
Aren't they amazing? Those are the actual ones.
Yes.
So stunning.
Very nice.
And then he was so kind. He actually made a Squiggs illustration of our actual show.
Our first week.
Yeah.
With our guests.
Just the guests from the first week. It's
right.
me and James and Julie and the doggies. There we are. There's Dr. LaPook in the corner. There's Julie over there. There are the doggies. Are all the guests.
Yes.
So we feel like Broadway stars. Okay. So we're gonna bring in our first guest.
Yes,
am I correct?
Sir. Okay.
So I'm super excited. This lady is so just creative and talented and so extremely smart. Please welcome 2 stars in the house, Miss Colleen Ballinger.
Hi, Colleen.
Yeah, I'm so excited. You guys asked me to do this. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Seth super fan. So if you don't know, Colleen plays this character Miranda Sings, who's basically like a complete no talent yet crazily confident and conceited. So before we get to Miranda Sings, you were a voice major in college, right?
Yes, I studied vocal performance many, many years ago in college. That is correct. And I only used the things I learned on how, like from other students who were cocky and maybe not as great, but thought they were. I used that to create a career. So I didn't really use the things I learned about singing. I used the things I learned from the others' classmates.
From the environment. But was your dream to be on Broadway, or did you want to be a opera singer, or what was your dream?
I wanted to be a performer, but Broadway was like the untouchable dream that I thought would never happen. But of course, that was my biggest dream. But I was like, if I get lucky, maybe I can become a choir teacher. I just wanted to be singing and and teach kids how to sing and inspire people to perform. That's all I wanted to do was perform. But of course, Broadway was the dream, but that was so impossible in my mind.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Santa Barbara, California, and I grew up going to theater all the time with my grandpa. No one would go see shows with my grandpa except for me. So every weekend we'd go see some community theater production somewhere, just me and him. And, my grandparents paid for my voice lessons, and they were always very encouraging of all of that. And it's all because of my grandparents. But yeah, I grew up in Santa Barbara watching community theater.
What was your favorite? Sorry, Seth. I'm dying to know. What was your favorite musical then as a kid that influenced you?
Oh man, as a kid, I loved the classics as a kid because that's what I watched. So I loved Singing in the Rain and My Fair Lady, Oklahoma. Those are the things that I was singing around the house like 24/7. We woke up every morning singing. What?
You grew up in the 40s, right?
Yeah, I grew up in the 40s, of course. But we would wake up every morning singing "Oh, What a Beautiful Morning," and so it was. I grew up listening to all of that stuff, and then once I got into high school, I heard Rent, and then everything changed.
I just want to say, just for a second, what you were saying is how you got inspired to become the brilliant performer you are from community theater and from your voice teachers. All those people can get help from the Actors Fund. So those voice teachers,
right.
You can't be in the same room as another person right now unless you live together. So all these people that are inspiring the next generation, like they inspired Colleen, are out of work, and that's why the Actors Fund is so important. So when you say it was unattainable, because James is from Texas, and to him also like Broadway seemed unattainable, why did you move to New York right after college to get to Broadway?
because I thought that was crazy. I was like, there's no way that I would make it. I just thought there's no way. So I stayed in LA, in the LA area, and I auditioned for community theater out here. I worked at Disneyland. I sang at princess parties dressed up as Belle or Jasmine. I sang at an Italian restaurant. I would sing happy birthday in Italian to people. Like any singing job I could get out in LA, I would do. And then once Miranda...
What is happy birthday in Italian?
Oh my God, if I can remember it. Let's see if I can remember it. I'll probably butcher it. So anyone who speaks Italian, I apologize. Because I did this when I was like 7. Tanti auguri a te, tanti auguri a te, tanti auguri, tanti auguri, tanti auguri a te. I think. I don't remember. Literally, I was like 17. I'm now 33, I think. I don't know. So I don't remember any of it. So I'm really sorry to all the people I just offended by singing Italian wrong.
There are people that actually watch in Italy. So just in case people watching being like, wait, what is your character? I actually brought a clip. It's okay. I actually brought a clip. This is one of the times that I actually played for you. And this character that she does Miranda sing, so she has no pitch. She's a really weird accent where she'll say, like, instead of singing, it's like sinking, sort of like a K.
Yeah.
Like, how would she do a riff? Like what would her riff be? Always an H. Always an H.
Seth, I always think of you because, you were so sweet to like help me so much in the beginning, and you were so inspiring and so wonderful to me in the beginning of my career, and I'm so appreciative of that. But I always think of you when I'm in character because so many of my sentences end with me going, so. And you called me out for that and made me laugh. And I think of you every time I do Miranda now because I'll be like, so anyways, I was thinking about going to the store, so. And you were like, so what? So what?
there's no actual summation. It's just so ... Okay, so this is you and Adam, and I'm playing the piano, and there's so many amazing moments. I'm gonna show the first clip that I'm obsessed with, and I want to deconstruct it. Here we go.
What you forget?
Got to light.
I know you're shivering.
Okay, hold on. First of all, you're shivering. She's so little body awareness. Okay, we'll watch one more time. Sorry, here we go.
What you forget?
Got to light.
I know you're shivering.
It's nothing, they turn off my heat, and I'm just a little weak at my feet. Would you like my candle?
H's. First of all, I'm just a little light on my feet. You know what? It's so interesting because it reminds me of Jack and I used to do this thing where the kid has one sentence in a high school play and friendship and keeps practicing. And finally, it's just like and from top. Like you're not even aware. So like Tom, like she doesn't know the word light anymore.
Right.
Such as that. Okay. Then the second clip. This is what I love because I've never actually seen you in shock, but Adam Pascal actually trumped you because you had the crazy red lipstick on, and Adam actually literally stopped your feet because he sassed you so brilliantly. Watch.
Nothing, your hair in the moonlight.
Sorry, I have to stop again. I love that she does not like being touched.
Right.
She just has to recoil from any touch. She's such an asshole.
Nothing, your hair in the moonlight. You look familiar. Ooh, can you make it?
Just haven't eaten much today. At least the room stops spinning. Anyways, what?
Nothing. Your smile reminded me of...
I always remind people of... Who is she?
The Joker.
It's out again.
Wait, what were you thinking when he called you out for the Joker?
Clearly you caught me off guard because I didn't keep going. I'm surprised I didn't laugh more. That's very unlike me. I'm typically like, I will bust out laughing, especially now in my shows. I don't care as much and I'll just like let it go. But I must have really been intense about staying in character back then. I can't believe I didn't laugh.
So good. Okay, so the whole thing about Broadway being a dream. So what was it like? You finally got to be on Broadway in Waitress. So was it, I always tell people, like, does it really feel different? Because to me, it's the same as doing a high school show in many ways, but also it's Broadway. So what did it mean to you? What were your feelings?
Yeah, I can't even express how magical it felt to know that I was going to go be on Broadway and how excited I was. I mean, I was extremely emotional, but you just put it perfectly, because that was the most magical, wonderful part about doing a Broadway show, is that it is the same. Theater is theater. And yes, of course, the talent is unbelievable on Broadway, of course. But the feeling you get, the reason you fall in love with theater, it's that same exact feeling when you're doing a Broadway show. I mean, not that I have a lot of experience, I've only done one, but my experience doing Waitress was like that. And that was the thing that touched me the most and made me the happiest. And it was not at all what I expected. I thought, you know, you have this dream, and when it comes true, you know, you don't know how you're going to feel, but I definitely didn't think it would feel like that. I thought it was going to be so much different. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. And so when it was this familiar feeling, I was like, I've done this before. I've felt this before. And it was in high school when I did Pirates of Penzance, or, you know, like it was the same exact community of just people who are passionate and do what they love and it's just a very specific type of person. Theater people are they're my people, you know, and you just, when you find them, you click with them. And it was just so magical doing a Broadway show and realizing, yes, they're so incredibly talented, but this is the same as it is everywhere. I just wanted to tell that to every kid in theater, like, hey, what you're doing right now, we're the same. It's all the same. We're on stage doing what we love. And that doesn't change no matter where you do it. Because that was the most magical thing to me about doing it.
Yeah, I asked one of my friends, I'm like, what's the difference between doing a high school show and Broadway? And she was like, better wigs. I mean, that's really hard to hit.
Right.
Similar. Okay, so we're going to keep bringing you back. So I need to sound check with you. Do you have a song as Colleen so people can hear?
I do. You want to hear one?
Yeah. Yes. Give us anything.
Okay, cool. I will. I'm going to do a song I used to do all the time when I was touring many years ago, because I've been touring for 11, 12 years. And I used to always sing this in my shows, and I don't know why, but I would sing it as me, and then I would turn into Miranda. And a lot of my hardcore fans from many years ago are like, why don't you ever sing this song anymore? So I thought this would be a good opportunity.
I think I know what I'm so excited.
Really? There's a boy who works at Starbucks who is very inspirational. He is very inspirational because of many things. I come in at 8:11 and he smiles and says, how are you? When he smiles and says, how are you? I could swear my heart grows wings. Today at 8:11, I decided I should meet him. I decided I should meet him in a proper, formal way. So today at 8:11, when he smiled and said, how are you? I said, fine, and my name's Colleen. And he softly answered, hey. And I said, my name's Colleen, and thank you for the extra form. And he said his name was Taylor, which provides the inspiration for this poem. Taylor, the latte boy, bring me Java, bring me joy. Oh, Taylor, the latte boy, I love him, I love him, I love him. So I'd like to get my nerve up to recite my poem musical. He would like the fact it's musical because he plays guitar. So today at 8:11, Taylor told me he was playing in a band down at the Village in the basement of a bar. And he smoothly flipped the lever to prepare my double latte. But for me, he made a triple. And he didn't think I knew, but I saw him flip the lever, and for me, he made it triple, and I knew that triple latte meant that Taylor loved me too. I said, what time are you playing? And thank you for the extra skim. He said, keep the $3.55 because this triple latte was on him. Taylor, the latte boy, bring me Java, bring me joy. Oh, Taylor, the latte boy. I love him, I love him, I love him. So many years my heart has waited. Who would have thought the love would be so caffeinated? Taylor, the latte boy. I love him, I love him, I love him. I love him, I love him. I love him.
So sweet. And of course, with all your H's, I'm obsessed that you go, Taylor, the latte boy, bring me joy, bring me joy. Oh, Taylor. Like, you're so fluid. Your actual wrists are so fluid. And I'm saying, so interesting. Your Mirandas are so horrific with the H's, but your real voice is so fluid. Okay, so Colleen, we're going to bring you back, and we're going to watch your transformation into a certain amazing sinker.
In the meantime, we're going to bring on our medical correspondent, the chief medical correspondent for CBS News, Dr. John LaPook.
Hi, Dr. John LaPook.
Colleen, can I ask you a question? What was the inspiration for that tailor-made latte song?
Oh, well, I didn't write the song,
No,
but
it's by Marcy Heiser and Zena Goldrich. It's so funny, when it came out, it seemed like Starbucks came 5 years ago, but that song is like 20 years old. Starbucks has been around for a long time.
yeah,
I never heard it before.
but I just love that song. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's sweet song. I've never heard it before.
Oh, wow. Isn't it great? Colleen, you got to do it. It's so funny because I know it by heart. It's so nice when someone hasn't heard it. I love it so much.
A little bit, Colleen.
Okay, you come back.
You would say.
Dr. LaPook, you're famous. You were on TV today. By the way, you're on every single day.
But we loved your piece on CBS News. So do you want us to do you want to set it up, or we have some clips?
We have the beginning of it. Should we show you the beginning?
What do you want to do?
I can set up very briefly. We've been talking for a couple of days, and of course, everybody knows that if you really want to know what's going to be coming up and what's hot in the news, you come to Stars in the House, and you get it here first. But then eventually we catch up to it on the CBS Evening News with Norah O'Donnell. And I got to give a shout out to Norah O'Donnell. I think she has been amazing throughout this and very empathetic and understanding the importance of connection. She's really stepped up. So anyway, she and Jay Shaler, who's the executive producer, I pitched them this story. They said, go for it.
I will say, watching it, I only watch this newscast because I used to watch the news throughout the day. And now because of this, thank goodness I have something to focus on. I just watch the evening news, which, by the way, I read this article last week saying how much the Nielsen ratings are up for the 3 newscasts, like up through the roof in the last 20 years, because people are wanting to just have their information in that concise half hour, because that's all that we can kind of handle emotionally to keep in touch, or keep a pace of what's going on. I will say the piece, as you have told or shown people, giving them a sense of calm. That's how I felt after that, of like, oh wow, I can see there's hope. It gave me hope watching. So yeah. So go ahead, play the beginning stuff.
Oh yeah, sure. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Tonight, doctors are hopeful that a treatment for coronavirus may already exist in the blood of patients who were once infected. Blood plasma from those who have recovered can be a rich source of antibodies. Those are the proteins that help the immune system attack the virus. It's actually a century-old treatment that could save lives. Here's our Dr. John LaPook.
Julie Thaler has recovered from COVID-19, and her blood may be a lifesaver for others.
I kind of walk around feeling like Superwoman a little bit. I'm hoping that I can help people.
She feels like a superhero because her blood likely contains antibodies, infection-fighting proteins made by her immune system. Dr. Nicole Bouvier and her colleagues at Mount Sinai in New York have developed a test to detect those antibodies to coronavirus in the blood of recovering patients.
So what's up? Give us the details. Is that really true?
Yeah, it's really true. And I'll tell you, in terms of people feeling hope, there are so many bright people, brilliant people working on this. This business of using serum which is the yellow, the clear part of blood, from people who already have been infected. So if they were already infected, they have antibodies, which are proteins that help fight the infections, which your immune system makes. Once you've had the antibodies, you're presumably protected. We hope that it's for a couple of years. We have to still figure out with this new virus, but that's what you measure if you've ever gotten a blood test for measles, mumps, and rubella to see, if you're protected from it. So, like, women who become pregnant get to make sure that they're protected beforehand so they don't get something like German measles, rubella during their pregnancy. So people who have gotten COVID-19 recovered, they're now looking at their blood to see, do they have a lot of these antibodies? And they're going to take those antibodies. They're just starting the trial in a few days. They're going to give them by a transfusion to people who are really sick. Believe it or not, back in 1918, they tried this in the big flu pandemic of 1918, and it seemed to be successful. It's been tried a little bit with Ebola and some other things. So fingers crossed, this is very helpful. And the other part of this story is they've developed this antibody test, which I've been talking about with you guys for a couple of weeks now. They're actually ramping up on it. And the reason why that's so important is a lot of us are walking around thinking, I wonder if I already had COVID. I had a little bit of a cold, if you will. I wonder if, maybe I'm immune. Test your blood, see if you're immune. Simple blood test, very easy, result in a few hours. And then wouldn't it be nice to know I had antibodies, I'm probably protected. And later in the story, but you don't have time to play it, the infectious disease doctor, Dr. Bouvier, said, hey, wouldn't it be good to know if somebody's in a high-risk job as a healthcare provider that they are immune, put them on the front line, and with their relative, we hope they're protected. So I think this is huge. I think we have to scale it. We've got to do millions of these, or at least a ton of them. And then you don't have to make this choice between the economy and treating COVID-19. Find out who's immune, and that should help you figure out who can go back to work. And it'll give us a sense of what's going on throughout the country. Where has there already been infection that we didn't realize it? And how many people have had no symptoms or didn't realize they were infected, and yet they take the test, say, look at that, I had infection. And isn't that a good feeling? You don't have to be looking around every corner to see if you're going to bump into it. So anyway, I think it's huge. I think it's huge, huge, huge. And Sunday morning, CBS Sunday morning at 9:00, leading off the show, I'm going to talk about it again for 2 minutes.
CBS Sunday morning.
Well, it's really two things, right? It's one, it's getting the antibody test, and it's number two, to see if it actually helps people who already have it.
Yeah, one is to say, do you have immunity to it? And then, you have immunity to it. Let's use your blood, if you're willing to donate it, take out just the clear part, transfuse it into people who are sick, and see if it helps them. And there's reason to think. I asked her, I said, what's your belly tell you? I said to the doctor, Dr. Bouvier, I know this is not a scientific thing, but what's your belly tell you? What's your intuition tell you? She said, I think there's a good chance it could work. So anyway, fingers crossed. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, but for people out there, there's hope. There's definitely hope.
Okay.
That's so great.
All right. Thank you, Dr.
So you'll be back at the end of the show, but you're also coming back tomorrow, 2:00, and then, of course, tomorrow night for Kristin Chenoweth's bathroom show. Don't forget. We'll be back for that. Her signature. Get back to you. Okay, so we got to bring back so Colleen. All right. Hey, lady.
Hi.
So in my experience, you became, you really sort of took off after your fake voice lesson video. That's when people kept sending to me being like, you got to see this girl. She's a good singer. And we bought it.
And they bought it. I remember you telling me that.
I literally think Joe Mantello, who directed Wicked, sent it to me. And what were the tips you were giving?
In that particular video, I was giving the tips that to sing higher, you lift your eyebrows.
Right.
I'm trying to even remember. There's a head voice and a low voice.
Right.
And so to sing higher, your eyebrows, and low, you make your chin go low.
What's a vibrato? Don't you take your head for vibrato?
Oh, yeah. Shake your head for vibrato. Yeah. To get a vibrato, you shake a part of your body, and I shake my head, is what I said. I was so excited, by the way. I remember when I met you, we were backstage, I think at Easter Bonnet. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But I was waiting to go on to perform with, for rehearsal, to perform with the cast of Mamma Mia. And you tapped on my shoulder, and I was a huge fan of yours. And when I turned around and saw you, I was like, it knocked the breath out of me, and you're like, oh my God, you're Miranda Sings. And you were so sweet and so nice. And you're like, you should come do my show. And then we started doing stuff together, and I just have to say thank you for that. And thank you for this, the fact that it's like probably, I think 10 years later, maybe more. And you're doing such wonderful things. I'm so appreciative of you guys doing this every day. It's going to help so many people. And to anyone watching, please please donate. This is such a big deal, and it is so important what they're doing, and it's going to help so many people. So please donate if you can. Sorry to interrupt you, but I just had to say that at some point because I'm so appreciative of what you guys are doing. It's such a big deal. Thank you.
Well, thank you. On that note, this is a good time to read some donations that have come in during your show.
Oh, yay.
So Suzanne and Julia from Massachusetts, $100. I do have to do it with the glasses.
Yeah.
Don from Virginia, $30. Roberta from New York, $10. Jessica from Pennsylvania, $25. Natalie from Arizona took your advice, $5. Risa from Ontario, $75.
Yeah.
And Tony from California, $500.
Yay!
That's amazing. Oh,
That's amazing. And also, I don't know if I'm supposed to announce this yet or not, but I was inspired by everyone donating things. So I do have a bag of goodies to donate.
Do you want
to auction off.
Yay.
So do you guys want that now? Do you want me to say what it is?
No, save it. I think
Really?
save it till Miranda. No, shouldn't you save it till Miranda?
yeah. You.
Oh, yeah. Then I'll save it for Miranda. That's a better idea. You'll have to wait and see what it is.
Thank
Okay.
you. So you
That's
suddenly
good.
took off. You went from like people watching your videos, so you literally created a concert tour to then literally your own TV show.
Right.
Like, how many people would come to your concerts? Because I was with you at Birdland, it was like it's sold out, 200 people. Like we freaked out. Like, what if like your big concert's been?
I started off doing stuff like that, but then I ended up going to theaters, upwards of 3,000 people all over the world. So it's been nuts, and now I go typically anywhere in theaters, anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 people. I've toured Australia and Germany and all over Europe and just kind of everywhere, Canada, here, obviously. But it's crazy because I have a background in theater that I feel like I've gotten to do anything because I didn't understand the internet. I was making fun of it. Miranda was making fun of the concept of like being famous online was insane to me. So I didn't know how to capitalize on the internet at the time. All I knew was theater. So I took my training in theater and created a one-woman show and just started traveling and touring with it, which, inspired more fun ideas and weird things. Then I got the Netflix show and the stand-up special and my books and all the other incredible things I've been able to do in my career. It's all because I had a background in theater. And that's why I'm so passionate about what you guys are doing, because it's such a crucial part of my life and so many people's lives to be able to have that creative outlet to become what they want to be, So, but yeah, it all started with just a dumb little video. And now I'm sitting in a room with my face all over the wall.
And like, even though the fact that, because we thought you were real, so even though the fact that now people know Miranda Sings is not real, it hasn't people don't care? I guess not.
Yeah, it's really weird. The phases of Miranda have been so bizarre because it started off, it was popular because people thought it was real and they couldn't figure out, is this person real or is she fake? And then the theater community figured it out quickly. This is an actress. Right. And the theater community was like, well, we're all in on a secret. And so then, they were like, there's so many people who still think this is real, but we know the truth. And so then there was like this fun thing that got people excited that they were in on a secret. And then the internet started exploding and kids started watching the internet. And I got a big teen audience from doing that. And I just think they thought it was silly. But then it turned into an inspirational character because it was this confident idiot who didn't care what people said. And even though I was joking around saying like, haters back off, how dare anyone make fun of me, I'm amazing, that ended up being inspirational to these kids because young children, Miranda has a very childlike mindset. And so it was inspiring young kids to be like, yeah, I'm weird and it's okay. And parents were thanking me for inspiring their kids to be themselves and be weird and different. And they were inspiring me because I wasn't like that as a kid. And so I was like, the fact that these kids can come to my concert with lipstick all over their faces and camel toes and whatever, and they don't care. I wasn't like that. And so it's really been like a full circle of like inspiring each other through this whole thing. It's been really wild, but it's had so many stages. And now people know it's a joke. They know it's a character. And there's still some comments that think it's real, but I know it's very surprising. But
it reminds me of our friend Andrea Martin plays this character Edith Prickly on SCTV. Mm-hmm. And she loves playing it because Edith is so confident, and that's not really her in real life, but she loves putting on that persona. So it's interesting. It's like you get to kind of reclaim your childhood and be confident.
Yeah, it's so true. And it is so fun. It's crazy how I will do anything as the character. I have no shame. I'm like doing my live shows. I start the show as Miranda, and then I switch into me. I used to do a change on stage, which you probably remember, where I'd sing Defying Gravity, and halfway through I would change into Miranda. And I was petrified to start the show as me. I get so nervous and sweaty and shaky. But the second I'm Miranda, I have no nerves. I don't care at all what anyone thinks. It's like really liberating. It's very exciting. It's part of the reason I love the character. I love doing it is I get to have a moment in my day where I don't care what anyone thinks. I just can be a weirdo. So it's been really fun. I can't believe I'm still doing it so many years later.
It always makes me laugh. All right, so let's see the transformation, and then maybe we'll have a little conversation with Miranda, and maybe even a song, because she's a pretty good singer.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Hold on. My sweater is stuck under my chair. There we go. All right. So I'm putting on a cat sweater first. The cat sweater is iconic Miranda. It's actually a sweater that I had as a child. My mom sewed this for me. I have a version of this that's actually embroidered cats that my mom made for me when I was a homeschooled 13-year-old, and I wore it all the time. So that's where that comes from. I just thought it was ridiculous that I wore a cat shirt all the time as a 13-year-old. But then I pin my hair back, a part down the middle, and I pin it back. I've been blessed with a large forehead, so I like to accentuate that because society tells you to get rid of anything society tells you to get rid of. I like to accentuate as Miranda. So I find where my hairline goes back, where it's receding, and that's where I put the bobby pin to really, and by the way, I always have like little dead ripped off hairs from ripping these out. So I have like gross frizzy little bangs, but that's the key, is finding the receding hairline, kids. And since I cut my hair when I did Waitress, so now it's short, and I feel like short-haired Miranda looks so weird. So now I kind of pull it back in a ponytail when I do Miranda. And then I take my lipstick. Miranda sings lipstick. Yes, I have my own lipstick. And I put that on over my lips because Miranda believes that if you accentuate your lips by making them bigger, you look like a model. And thanks, Miranda sings. She looks just like this. So I am Miranda, and I'm going to sing a song pretty soon.
Okay, so Miranda, are you going to sing a song from a Broadway show or a pop song? What are you going to do?
I'm going to sing a Broadway song. I figure that's what you guys know. I want to speak your language, and I am the Broadway queen. I know every Broadway show there ever was, and I know every song. So I like to spread the word on how to fix Broadway, because there are some broken parts of Broadway. For example, bad words, inappropriate. I do not like bad words. So I will be changing the lyrics and fixing them so that from now on, people will sing it correctly and not rudely. Because God is watching.
I try to give you just an update. Just if you're going to sing the song, I'm thinking flat and sassy. It's I would get the strays and losers. So just sometimes I hear you sing that wrong.
I would get the strays and losers.
Sometimes you say I'm a get. I just want to just clarify with you that it's.
I know what you're talking about. I will get that. I would get the strays and losers. Yes.
Yeah. And then
I'm not going to do it your way because I do know better. So I will do it the right way. So just listen to me. Okay, Seth?
Okay.
Thank you. Don't be sassy. Don't be laughing at this. This is serious. Okay, here we go. You ready for these?
Yeah.
Okay, stop talking. I can't do it if you're talking. I'm setting up my karaoke track. Hello? I'm waiting. Oh, it says, dancing looks sweet, and I'm still on the floor. Dancing for my own enjoyment. Dancing looks sweet. It's like to do. Let the theater and call the doctor for my appointment to buy chase and buns. Got myself a fancy pants, tidying up my derriere. This and this of it, this one goes with it. Chest and buns, and the dingo dongle's done. Suddenly I'm getting national tours. Chase and bun can't save your life. It's your chance, man. Didn't cost a fortune either. Didn't hurt my life either. Flat dancing scene. I'ma get the strays and losers. Beggars really can't be choosers. That's teeny. Fix that chasing. I'll do that. Something I cheat had to be you. Watches and buns. Once a couple, once a band. Now you're knocking someone's there. Have you got to pay top to bottom? Hey, it's a gift. When someone's at the cone, shake your new maracas in your fine check. Hey, but can change your life. It's your change, man. Okay. Oh yeah, there's more. Have it all done, honey. Take my word. Oh, I paused it. Take my word. Grab a come on, come and see on Saxon Avenue 3rd. Why suggest and behind orchestra and balcony. This song is so freaking long. This is seriously. I'll fade out. There you go. I did a sensible fade out.
That was great.
I know.
Okay. I'm going to bring on someone right now who's actually, he's the, I'm going to bring you away for just a moment.
Yes, please. We need to
cleanse the palate.
Yes. So we're going to bring on, we're going to bring on the director of the Samuel Friedman Health Center for the Performing Arts.
A very serious doctor, and
Yes.
yet he is actually, thank God, he's keeping his mental, he really wants to stay focused, keep his mental health clear, so he's reading a self-help book right now.
Dr. Jason Kent.
Oh, good. Thank goodness.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. I'm so glad that you are reading that book to get educated. It's good to know that our people in the medical profession, the directors, everyone out there is educating themselves properly.
That's right. I learned it all from you, Miranda. I'm a huge Miranda.
You are a Miranda, so that makes sense.
I'm going to be back. Cut. Dr. Kent,
Yes.
we're here not to focus on you being a Miranda.
Right?
You're literally on the front lines. Tell everybody about the amazing Dr. Jason Kent.
Well, besides the fact that he's our doctor, you run the basically the Actors Fund Health Center in Times Square, right?
That's right. I work for Mount Sinai, and we have the Friedman Health Center for the Performing Arts, which is sponsored by the Actors Fund. So anybody in the performing arts who does not have health insurance can be seen at our health center through a subsidy through the Actors Fund. We also take insurance, so we can see people with insurance, without insurance, so it's better for continuity of care. And it's been a long, exhausting 2 weeks, but we're open. We are still open to see patients. We've also do a lot of telehealth visits. So anybody who doesn't have a doctor, works in the performing arts, they can get a subsidy through the Actors Fund. They can call us if they're sick, if they're worried, if they're concerned. We can give advice, we can give treatment, and we're there to help people in these stressful times.
And we were talking right before the show as far as the increase for the Actors Fund of people looking for help. Did you go ahead and that?
Yeah, I think we had an update today. We've given out, I think, over $560,000 to people in need in the performing arts. That accounts for about 500 applications that they've been through already. They have over 5,000 applications that have come in for people who need help, and that is for essentials, to pay their rent, food, electricity, medications. Essentially, 2 weeks ago, all my patients got laid off without pay. And these are people who just moved to New York. They have rent to pay. They have families to feed. And it was unexpected. It happened so suddenly. So we're helping them both through counseling, through services through the Actor Fund, financially, and then also from the medical piece at the Friedman Health Center.
Okay, so we wanted you just to get a little levity. We thought maybe, normally people have questions for you. Do you have any questions for Miranda Sings?
I have my little bobblehead here. I just want
Miranda, that's old school. And there's not many of those in existence.
I've been there from the beginning.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I have my Miranda can.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
It's embarrassing to say this. I had opening night tickets to see Mean Girls on Broadway, and instead I saw Miranda at the Beacon Theater. I know.
Why is that embarrassing?
I'm not sure.
Sounds like a smart decision, if you ask
It
me.
was a great decision.
Wait, what's the word decision? How do you pronounce it?
Decision.
There's not a J in it, though.
No, there is not in decision.
Okay. Dr. Jason, do you have any questions for Miranda? She's an expert on
Please do not ask her.
I need to know, how is Miranda staying safe with the coronavirus going around?
You want to know?
Yes.
I need to know, okay. So I'm going to actually take you over here because I've actually been in quarantine. I actually came out of quarantine just for this, but I'll show you my quarantine headquarters. I have been living inside of my bathroom, right here. Can you see this?
Oh, yeah.
We see it.
For weeks now. And I've been living in here with a freaking worm that lives in the toilet, who I'm pretty sure has the coronas. So luckily I have not caught it. I do not drink. So I'm hoping it stays that way. But this is pretty terrifying. I've just been suiting up and wearing a mask, washing my hands about 87 times a day and all types of things. But I'm praying for all the sinners out there. That's for sure.
That's kind of you.
But smart with the hand washing.
Yeah, with the hand washing. Dr. Jason, do you have any song requests for Miranda?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. I was at your final performance of Waitress on Broadway.
Aww.
Okay, I was not in that, but thank you anyway.
I would like to say, like myself, I know you have a very young fan base. And I do want to stress during this time that youth can get infected with this infection. They can spread it. They can have no symptoms whatsoever and spread it to their loved ones, spread it to their parents, and it can be fatal. I've had patients who've had awful outcomes with this infection. So I do want your fan base to know it is equally as important for them to quarantine, to stay home, to stay away, to wash their hands. It's a super important message to get out right now.
It's more important, actually, than anything else. It's very important that all my Mirandas are staying home, washing their freaking hands. It's very serious because if you freaking catch it and you don't even know you freaking have it and then you're spreading it to everybody else, you could spread it to me. So please, wash your hands. Stay in the freaking house. This is very serious business. I even saw a little girl who had it for reals. I'm not even kidding. And she did have symptoms. So some kids do have symptoms too. Keep that in mind, little tots.
I couldn't have said it any better myself.
I actually think you could have. Okay. So Miranda, how about a little final song for Dr. Jason? Do you have your own request, Miranda?
I'll sing whatever he wants, but I always come prepared. So I could do a little Wicked. I could do a little Annie. I could do a little Cats, whatever you want. But I do have a song prepared. But if Dr. Jason has a request, I can do it.
I would like what Miranda wants.
Oh, that's the answer I like to hear from a man. All righty. Well, you asked for it. I'm going to do a song from a show not many people have heard of. It's a new up-and-coming musical. It is called Wicked. And I've been wanting to be in this show for a while. So here we go. I'm going to be playing all the parts. All right? Here we go. Dearest, darlingest Mumsy and Popsicle, my dear father, there's been some confusion over rooming here at Cheese, but of course I'll care for later. But of course I'll rise above it, for I know that's how you want me to respond. Yes. There's been confusion, for you see my roommate Deeds. Usually in a scene of peculiar and altogether quite impossible to describe. Blonde. What is this feeling? So stunning. I felt the moment I laid eyes on you. My pulse is rushing. My pulse is rushing. My pulse rushing. What is this feeling? Forming as a flame. Does it have a name? Yes. Woven an don't rate and loathing for your face, your voice, your clothing. Let's just say I loathe it all. Every little trait, however small, must I well admit it makes me crawl. The simple loathing, there's a strange exhilaration in such total detestation. It's so pure, so strong. Though I do admit it came on fast. The set didn't look happy, but make it last. And I will be loathing you my whole life long. Thank you.
That was it?
What do you mean that was it?
Oh, no, that was good. You know, there's another lyric besides My Pulse is Rushing. I think you may have done it. Maybe.
Yeah, I said lots of lyrics. If you were listening, I said loathing. I said detestation, which is a really long word. If you were listening, I said momsy and popsicle. Those are words. So,
okay, we're gonna bring you back. That was great, Dr. Jason. Did you appreciate? Okay, so I'm gonna extend you. Be back, Miranda. So Dr. Jason, also in honor of all your work, we know you're a fan. We thought we'd bring on two other people that you're a fan of. So I'd like to, we wanted to thank you by bringing someone that you love that you saw many times on Broadway in a certain show called The Prom, Mr. Christopher Sieber.
Hey, Jason!
Hey, how are you?
I've been on hold for now 45 minutes, but that's fine.
Oh, a lucky dancer.
Because I wanted to talk to you. How are you, kitten?
Hey, Angie.
Hi.
Hi, Angie. So, Dr.
Hi, guys.
Jason, how often did you see The Prom, Dr. Jason?
I saw The Prom 5 times.
That's it?
That's it. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I don't have on my Miranda t-shirt like you, but I have.
Oh, okay. So I bought that for Angie. So Angie was the queen of, doing so many ensemble jobs. And I was so excited she finally got The Prom. But she said whenever she does ensemble, because she's really tall, she's never on 0 in the center. She's always on 14. So I got her this shirt that said 14.
Which is actually completely opposite. The tall people are usually in the center. You decided to put me on 14. God, I wish I was on 14 now. I ain't nowhere.
I know, girl. So,
This
Dr.
was so fun.
What did you like about The Prom, Dr. Jason?
Oh, it's heart. It had the best music, the best actors, the best singing, and the best story. I mean, it really tears me up. I every time, I think about it, the story just warms my heart.
Well, we're just happy to see you.
Angie, we'll probably say the same thing, but it was pretty much my favorite thing I've ever done because I was working, not only the creative team they're our friends, and they asked us to be part of this, and we wrote it with them, but also Brooks, Beth, Ange, and myself have been friends for like 25 years or more, all of us, and they put us in a studio and let us play for 8 years of our lives, basically, yeah. But it was as Beth Level always says, it was the easiest hard work we've ever done.
Mm-hmm. I think you could feel that. You could tell the love that you guys have. You could tell you played off each other. You could tell that it was truly a cast that just loved each other.
It was fantastic.
Well, guys,
and what a difference a year makes.
Yes.
I wish Beth were able to come. She's not available. However, Dee Dee is. Miss.
I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Bethy!
Jason, Seth, James, Chris, and Angie. How is everybody?
We're good.
I love it. You're my heroes. Seth and James, thank you so much for doing this. Hold, please.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It's my Dee Dee bubble doll. Next to my tummy. Dee Dee goes with me everywhere, right?
Hold, please.
Oh, please.
Does Angie have one? I don't have one.
I don't know what you're getting.
I have one too.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Okay, I'm out. Beth Level.
Do you see Malcolm? I'm sorry. Do you see Malcolm, the cat?
Yeah.
Jason, thank you for all you do.
Sorry. Well,
Jason, thank you for all you do, especially when we're healthy, and now we're not. So we appreciate you more than ever.
Thank you for all you do. We're, it's healing everybody right now. Everybody's watching Netflix. Everybody's listening to albums. Everybody's watching.
Exactly.
It's the arts that heal us. It's what we're turning to right now, and that's why it's time to give back to people in the arts. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Hey, Andrew. You got to strap up.
What?
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Who called me? Beth, call me name? Yes, Bethy.
What I was going to ask, I would like to donate or put up for auction.
Auction.
I don't know how that works, so you'll have to tell me. I would like to go out to dinner with someone who auctions for the highest bid, me and some of my prom family. Once we're through this moment in our world, we will have a lovely dinner, and you can auction off to the highest bidder, and we will have a wonderful prom story-filled evening.
I think I know the top bidder clapping right now.
That's right.
To the highest bidder. But don't make me fly to Alaska.
No. It'll be here in New York.
Wait a minute.
Back.
Okay, so hold on.
That'd be
I'm going to piece out an Angie and
I
Chris for
love
a moment.
that.
That's an amazing gift. We're going to put that up.
That's something we haven't had before.
No, we
an
haven't actually had that.
experience.
So
that would be
amazing.
Beth, you have
I'm going to have dinner with you. Jason's my doctor as well.
It's so bizarre because he's also obsessed with you. So no, Beth, you have a gift you're going to give Dr. Jason.
Yes, I am. Are you ready for your gift, Jason?
A gift?
Yes.
Your presence is my gift.
Oh, no, there's more.
No, stop.
Oh, no, there's more. The ladies improving, so don't give up hope. Slam. You ask, is she perfect? My answer is no. Her range needs expanding, her edges need sanding, but she can become a sure bet. So I'm begging you, sir, don't give up on her. Yeah. Hi, Angie. Hi, Chris. My neighbors are going, what's happening? The lady's improving so much that she gloats. I know you've got standards. Feel free to give notes. There isn't an issue, and that's why I wish you could see. There's no reason to fret. So I'm begging you, sir, don't give up on her. Yeah, it's almost over, always. Yeah, everybody thinks that I got some kinks that I'll never work out. Even you're inclined to think I'm alright. But I promise with some time that my aptitude will climb, and you'll leave your doubts and disbeliefs behind. Hard to stay seated. The ladies improving, moving all down. She has, the wrong lyrics. Hidden charms that are sure to come out. You're bound to discover this book's not her cover, so don't, completely wrong lyrics, make her move your regret. So I'm begging you, sir, no reneging on her. Don't give up on her. God.
Are you there?
Everybody loved it. Look, every single person.
I left like body parts on the chair.
Are you in an apartment right now?
Where else would I be? I'm self-quarantining. Yes, I'm just waiting for like, excuse me. Sometimes you gotta sing a show tune, people.
What else they got to do?
Exactly.
All right, so all you clowns are going to come back. Beth, you're going to come back for a show. Chris, this is your second show. Angie, you have to come back for your amazing showbiz story. I'm piecing out on you. Beth, thank you so much for that song.
Beth.
Wow, that was amazing.
Thank you, Seth and James, for everything you're doing. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, wait. Hey, Beth, you were talking. I'm so sorry. What were you saying, dear?
Nothing. I was saying thank you.
Yay!
Thank you.
I was saying thank you.
Beth, for doing this. And I was saying thank you to my chosen family.
Oh,
thank you.
All right, we love you.
Oh my God! Guess
guys.
what?
What?
Hey, hang on. I would like to thank my technical director, my fiance, Adam Heller.
Hi, pals.
Hey, good thing we like each other. And also, please, the work at the Actors Fund, I'm sure Chris and Angie and everyone will agree with me, is so unbelievable and amazing, always, but particularly now, today. So thank you so much for your generosity and supporting the arts and my family, my chosen family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's go to dinner.
Thank you.
Don't eat, bitches. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Bethy. Thank you, Chris.
Bye, guys.
Dr. Kent, thank you for all your work.
Yeah, thank you.
No, thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Surprise. All right, so we're going to say goodbye to our wonderful Miranda, who actually has some. Hey, Miranda, what did you think of that one?
Yeah. It was so nice of you to do charity work for those people. And my friend beyond here.
No, they're Broadway stars.
I never heard of them. So
what
so,
Broadway show?
Well, I never heard of them though.
What do you have to offer?
I have a lot of really amazing things. Okay. I have a golden bag. So this bag itself is probably worth $1 billion. But inside I have my book, my diary. I also have my book, Self-Health, that I wrote. I have my iconic cat shirt. And I have a shirt that I wore on my Netflix show, Haters Back Off. I wore this in scenes on a Netflix show that's very famous. Okay. So only striped shirt I have from my Netflix show. Also, one-of-a-kind bobbleheads. I know your doctor has it, but most people don't. This is from like 9 years ago. I only have 2 left in my possession, and this is one of them. So this is rare pickings for the chickens. Also,
Jason's going to be eating. Yes.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Trash in here. This is a playbill. I'm not in it though, so it's kind of just trash. But anyways, so I have this whole thing that's really amazing. So there you go.
There's some people that have donated
even before the auction.
Yeah, and during your show. So I thought you should know. Perry from Kentucky donated $50. Jim from Michigan donated $25. Jenny from New York, $20. Eliana from Maryland, $25. Andy from Delaware donated $75. Eileen from Pennsylvania, $100. Barbara from North Carolina donated $100. And Cynthia from California donated $300. And Seth, look. Your wish came true.
Finally, Judith donated $100 from Iowa. Yay!
Thank you, Iowa. Thank you, Iowa.
So, Miranda, if we want to see you, your videos are still being broadcast, right? Miranda sings.
Yes, my tour is currently postponed, but my videos are still alive and well. So I'm actually doing a series right now, Quarantine with Miranda, where you can be quarantined with me. So if you get bored during your quarantine, you can come see what I'm up to. But more importantly, you should be donating. So that's more important than all of those things.
And for all your young fans, you weren't joking. You don't think your young fans should go out and party and
heck no, that'd be really freaking stupid. No offense, I'm sorry to say a bad word and cuss about it, but I'm ticked off. If my fans are going out, that is wrong. You are infecting other people and you're putting other people's lives in danger. What if it gets spread all over the freaking world and then to me? Do you think I'll appreciate that? Stay inside, kiddos.
Right.
Good
Thank you, Miranda.
A tad selfish, but really good.
So tomorrow, if you want to watch Miranda, we've got for the matinee all the way from the Philippines, where it's 2 a.m. there. Tomorrow at Showtime, it's Lea Salonga. Maybe you've heard of her.
Miss
Okay.
My who?
Okay.
All right.
So there's another show tomorrow night at 8:00. Maybe you've heard of her because she was in that show you were talking about, Wicked, that you sang from. She was actually one of the original stars. Her name is Kristin Chenoweth. Have you heard of her?
Yes, I have heard of Kristin Chenoweth.
Oh, good.
I'm surprised to hear she's still around. That's very good.
Oh.
Okay, we'll tell her that. So 2 o'clock is
You know
Lay
she
Salonga.
watches the show, Miranda, right?
That's great to hear. I'm glad.
Okay.
So 2 o'clock is Lay Salonga, 8 p.m. is Kristin Chenoweth, and maybe you'll come back and you're going to auction off all that stuff, right? Will you sign that stuff if people get it?
Of course, I'm gonna freaking sign it. Hello.
Okay. Hello.
Guess what? I might even put some toilet paper in there for an extra little.
That's valuable.
That's valuable. Okay.
So we'll say goodbye to
on that
Dr.
note,
Kim.
Dr. LeCook, and we're gonna our little
Fabulous
doggies
doctor.
asleep. Look at Ash.
Dr. LeCook has brought out a sweet dog, and of course, we're going to wake up our angel.
So we won't.
Come on. They're bringing out the dog.
All right.
Bye,
Bye, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, look what Miranda has.
Sweet.